I'm at the airport, so I figured that I'll throw a lesson in here and provide you some value. Some of you reach out and text me, "Oh, how is it that you're making money? How is it that you're able to do what you do?" So I'm going to start dripping this content, educational. I can't do it all in one sitting, so I want you to always on these educational videos to have this principle. This is foundational. So write this down if you can. Awareness plus attention equals income. I'll say that again. Awareness plus attention equals income. Now, when I say income, you might be thinking that it leads to some type of sale. And yes, that could happen, but that's not all I'm talking about. When I say income, the opportunities that come with it that you have no idea because the awareness and the attention bring eyeballs to who you are, who your personal brand is, and there's opportunities that are going to come that you weren't planning on, nor can you plan for yet. So always remember this foundational piece because everything I talk about is based on this model. Awareness plus attention equals income. All right, so let's get into something here so you understand. At the end of the day, you're going to be selling something because everyone, every company, everyone is selling something all of the time. So, what you first have to start thinking about is what am I going to sell? And that's a very big question for people starting out, like it was for me. When I started selling online many, many years ago, I developed digital products. That's what I was selling. I hired ghostwriters to write nonfiction books for me that I knew people were looking for. Solutions to some of the things people were looking for, like losing weight, diet, self discipline, emotional intelligence, psychology, trading stocks. So I was able to have people write books for me. I didn't write the books, but I was the one who engineered the whole process. You write this book for me, you develop this cover for me, and then I would put these books on for sale in Amazon. Amazon provided the clients the attention and the awareness to my product, and I got income because of that. I made my first million online doing that. Now, I wouldn't recommend that to anyone starting today because you have to, again, develop these products. And like what happened to me was that at some point, Amazon shut down my business for several reasons. And my business was closed overnight, at least in Amazon. What I would recommend someone today is to build their personal brand and to choose a product. So let's get back to choosing a product. And I think I'll shoot a video on that more specifically later on. But this is another concept I want you to understand. Selling online is not a cheesy thing, it's actually a beautiful thing because there's this concept, and write this down. The concept model is A to B. I'll say it again, the letter A to B. My profession is in nursing, right? And I'm going to relate this to nursing. When we have a patient, the patient is A, and we want some type of outcome for this patient. It's usually a better health, better emotional intelligence, better diet, better exercise. In other words, we're trying to get our client in A to have a certain outcome, a certain result, right? That's our whole process. And I'm going to tie this back to this in a minute. So let's go back to this concept from A to B. When you're selling online, right? It's not a cheesy thing. What you're doing is you're helping people go from point A to a desired outcome, a desired solution, right? For people in the healthcare space, it might be they might want to lose weight. It might be like I'm in the niche of wealth creation, where I'm leading people from point A, where they want to make extra money or they want to leave their job or they want to become rich. So I'm leading them, I'm helping them with this solution. Now, here is the beautiful part and the part that I never even understood myself. Just like in nursing, When you're helping someone go from A to B, it's a process. This is a long term game because you're not going to do this for a one quick sale. You're really trying to help someone get to B. And just like in nursing, there's gonna be steps along the way, and along those steps, excuse me, along those steps, they're gonna need to buy certain things in order to get there. That's just the way things are, right? You don't lose weight by doing just one thing. You might need a supplement, you might need a several books on dieting, you might need coaching, you might need to sign up for a certain equipment, you might need there's just a host of things that you're going to need in this process from A to B. So, what you're doing is you're recommending the best of the best for your people to get them that solution, which is what nursing is at the foundational level. So, for those of you who might have in the back of your head an impression where, oh, I'm just selling people nonsense products or random products, you're not. You're guiding them on a path from A to B to provide them this outcome. It's a very rewarding thing, and a thing where you're going to test out these products yourself. You're going to recommend the best of the best. And this is where building a list of people in your niche and providing them this value that I talk about, this process of things that you recommend, will always make you money because you're doing, at the end of the day, you're providing a valuable solution for people that are seeking this process. You're not selling random products to people that don't want it. You're really positioning a path for them to get to a certain solution. I think if you start to think about this concept that I just described to you, it's the first foundational thing that you have to understand. And along the way, I'm going to be teaching you all of these things because you got to put all these things together, right? It's very complicated at the beginning, but I'll say this to you. Just like this could be, all these pieces that you have to put together, you could plug into systems that already have this path set out. For example, if you click on my link, there's a 5-day challenge. It's an educational challenge. It costs $5 because it's $1 per day. We don't give it away because we want people that to invest something into it, right? But it's an educational pathway for you to understand this process if you wanted to get started right away on how this really works. But this is what they're going to teach you, that you could plug into a system or you could build this system, which is the harder thing to do, as opposed to plugging into something that's already set up. And then all you're doing is you're bringing, again, awareness, attention, which is the traffic, which is going to lead to income, a lot of opportunities, a lot of affiliate profits, because you're guiding people along the way to a certain solution. So if you're interested in just getting started with learning how this is, there's a 5-day challenge in my bio that you have to sign up for. It's only $5, $1 per day. It's one day at a time at your pace, and you're going through this educational challenge. So you'll be taught something, and then they'll ask you to take action on it. I didn't develop this, by the way, and you learn, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But I'm going to be providing this value to you, so I know a lot of you are curious. So you know how all of this works and how I'm able to travel. I've been out here in Bali, Indonesia for 30 days, and now I'm getting on a plane to Java and a train ride to Java, and I'll be there for a couple of weeks, and then I'll probably come back to Bali. And this is how I'm able to live the lifestyle that I do, because I'm actually helping people, and this could be in any niche, with this A to B process. I'm getting them a solution, providing value, and along the way, like any organization, any brand, you're making a profit by providing the right products for your people, right? You're ascending people, what we call a value ladder. Anyway, I'm going to teach you all of this, but I hope you got value from this. If you're not following me and you want to learn more, make sure that you follow me wherever you found me, because I'm going to bring you value like this along the way. I'll see you in the next one.